How to get an addictive family member to go to rehab. You know, it's so interesting. That's why you guys call our office. How do we get them help? How do we get them help? They need help, they need help, they need help. And I immediately, as does our staff, go into, why aren't they getting it? You have to remember something, guys. The reason they're using substances is because they want help and they don't like the way that they feel. But with addiction and often with mental health, the problem is that the consequences of their choices are not significant enough. In other words, their benefits are greater than their consequences. How do you get people to rehab? There has to be something called ambivalence. It's in the second stage of change. The intended patient must see the argument in favor of change. They're never, never going to do that unless there's consequences to their behaviors and actions. And most families are providing something called a positive consequence. In other words, there's being a reward given for the person engaging in negative behavior. A lot of people are shaking their head right now. We don't do that. It takes me 30 seconds on a phone call to figure out most of it, just in what you tell me the situation is. So how do we get them to rehab? We have to look at why they're not going. You guys are all looking at how do we get them to rehab. I have to look at why aren't they accepting help? Because remember, if they're using substances, they want help. How do I get the solution of substances changed to a treatment center or addressing the problem? And the only way that happens is through the stages of change, and that is the second one of contemplation. Are the consequences of this situation greater than the benefits I believe I receive? And where that gets sticky is families look at the situation and think this person's life is horrible. They're at their bottom. Not to them. They've adapted. Their bottom. Bottom is when things get worse faster than we can lower our standards. Don't forget that. And it's the same thing with a family. What you put up with today, you wouldn't have put up with 5 years ago. If 5 years ago this problem started and it went immediately to where it is right now, you'd have done something about it, just like your loved one. But as we take a gradual decline downward, we adapt in the moment. So how do we get them to rehab? We have to look at why they won't go. And I'm telling you guys, it's always in the environment and the family system that is somehow preventing the person from looking at the need to do something different or allowing the intended patient to hold them hostage with blaming them for the problems that they feel the family has put upon them. There's a big, deep science to this thing. It's not a, how do we pay somebody to come in and talk our loved one into rehab? You don't need to pay for that service. You can hire a guy from AA or NA or a girl from AA or NA to come do it for free. If you want to get to the underlying reasons why they won't go, we can help you with that. And it's by addressing the environment and the family system that is a voluntary hostage in the situation.